Hey, I need you all to do something. Tell those hedge funds I said no. You can't have our money print and fight picking algorithms. Keep your $2 trillion offer because there's one thing I refuse to do, and that's to sell out. This episode is brought to you by BetOnline. Ladies and gentlemen, Unprofessional Breakdown is back with more scientific fight picks. This time, using a solar panel while driving under the speed limit. So there's no time left to waste. Here we go. First fight. Daniel Willie Cat Santos versus Johnny Kivembo Munoz. Now, Willie Cat's not the coolest nickname, but I have no idea what a Kid Kivembo is, which is actually very on brand for Unprofessional Breakdown, so I'm going with Johnny. Next fight. Joseph Holmes versus Claudio Ribeiro. Joseph's nickname is Ugly Man. Why would you talk about yourself like that, Joseph? We're all beautiful and special in our own unique ways, and we at Unprofessional Breakdown want you to know that. We want you to believe in yourself. We believe in you. I'm going with Claudio. Next fight. Raphael Estevan versus Zalgis Zumagulov. It's been a while since we had to do this, but it's time to bring out the calculator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I may be white, I may be Asian man with 6 consonants in his last name from a country ending in Stan. This guy's not losing. I'm going with Zalgis. Next fight. Phil Hawes versus... Sorry, Phil, but I don't make the rules. The UFC asked you if you wanted to fight Michael Bisping, and you said okay. Then they asked you, do you want to fight Michael Bisping from Russia? And then you said bet. Well, when we bet around here, we bet to make bank. That's why we're banking on Bisping. Next fight. Oh, I get it. Parker Porter with the 2 last names. Is this the kind of man you are? You're going to watch Phil Hawes do all the heavy lifting so you could fight a weakened Michael Bisping at heavyweight? Not on my watch. Kathy, send an email to Dana. Tell him cancel the fight. Next fight. Mariana Rodriguez versus Verna Jean Drobo. Now, these are 2 athletes I know a whole lot about. You don't believe me? Then how would I know that both of these athletes are from Brazil? Or that they both fight at strawweight? If there's one thing we do here at Unprofessional Breakdown is staying up to date with the most fight-picking information based off analytics and data to help you get paid. So hit that subscribe button while I avoid picking a winner in this fight. Next fight. KO. Mick Maynard. 1 second. After checking with my resources at Trust Me Bro, I found out there's 465 athletes on the UFC's roster. Mick Maynard, you tell me out of 465 guys, you need Michael Bisping to fight 3 times in one night? Are you trying to break our GOAT? Or you just secured us a 3-leg unbreakable can't miss parlay. Mick Maynard, you goddamn genius. We're still banking on Bisping. Next fight. Kennedy Enzochukwi versus light heavyweight Chris Curtis. There's about 1 variant of him in each weight class. As long as they never meet, our reality will stay stable. I'm going with Kennedy. Next fight. If it isn't late night talk show host Charles Hampton Indigo. Not to be outdone by Song Yadong, Drew Dober is back to cement his spot as number 2 for the best jawline in the UFC, behind the GOAT Uriah Faber. Sorry, Matt Vervola. What Drew's fighting for is a lot more important than some random W. I'm going with Drew Dober. Next fight. Cron Gracie. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Long before they started teaching astronomy in Arkansas, one man stood against those evil scientists at NASA to tell the whole world the shape of the real planet. That man was Cron Gracie. But when the world needed him the most, he vanished. But now he's back to let the world know that Aristotle was just some bro who did an unprofessional breakdown about the shape of the planet. I'm going with Cron. Next fight. Mosva Evloev versus the new avatar, Bryce Mitchell. Now, although Bryce Mitchell's astronomy skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But we at Unprofessional Breakdown believe Bryce can save the world. Next fight. Jessica Andrade versus, I can't afford to say that wrong, so I'm just going to call her Yan. Jessica Andrade versus Yan. Yan is coming off a win over Jiu-Jitsu ace Mackenzie Dern. Jessica Andrade is coming off a loss over Jiu-Jitsu ace Aaron Blanchfield. This science is very easy if you know the rules to rock, paper, scissors. I'm going with Jessica Andrade. Next fight. Here we are at our co-main event. Bilal, remember the name Muhammad versus Gilbert Dorino Burns. Now, Bilal's going to be flying in from Chicago, Illinois, which has about 3 million people in it. While Gilbert Burns, he's flying in from Florida, which has about 22 million people in it. Now, what does that mean? It means nothing. Well, and why did I tell you that? Well, that's to waste your time. So you can know just how Gilbert or Bilal is going to feel after they win this fight and realize they're still not going to get that title shot. Next fight. Here we are at our main event. Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo gets a lot of hate for being cringy. But what most of you don't know is that's just an act. Coincidentally, Aljamain Sterling also gets a lot of hate for his Oscar-winning performance at UFC 259, making this a battle between two thespians. Now, although Aljo's acting skills was good enough to secure him a bantamweight title, Henry Cejudo's acting skills are so great he was able to convince the whole world that he's not Frank Shamrock. So I'm going with Henry. And that's it. UFC 288, Sterling versus Cejudo, Saturday, May 6th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Good luck with your picks.